What is good, everyone? This is The Comic Critic on the Fed by Ravens Media Network. I am Brandon, as always, joined by Cody and Dallas, and we are excited because we're going to be talking about the MCU's first TV show streaming on Disney Plus, WandaVision. Let's get this out of the way. Spoilers. We're not good at spoiler warnings, but this needs to, because this just finished a few days ago.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what was that? Did you stay up Thursday night for it?
I did.
Yeah. Same.
Well, sort of, but yeah, close enough. I tried.
Had to wait up a little, and yeah,
I always watch it as early as possible.
Uh-huh. What about you, Cody?
Last night.
You watched it?
I wanted it fresh.
Oh, yeah.
I watched it again today, so the finale at least, not the entire.
The finale. I waited till Sunday to watch it, but
just so it stayed fresh, or what?
Yeah. And I didn't have time. Got 3 kids, so
that's true.
They keep me pretty busy. So,
well, let's see. There is a good argument to be made with WandaVision and I think that the MCU should focus more on TV shows than its movies right now. Mm-hmm. Movies should be big blockbusters with the big characters, but I am telling you, they should whip out way more TV shows based on how WandaVision has gone. Now get this, in 10 weeks I could be saying something else because Falcon and the Winter Soldier is coming out in 2 weeks, and maybe that show sucks. I don't know.
I highly doubt that's going to suck.
No, it's not going to suck.
So are you saying like they need to take like these side characters and make a bunch of television?
What they're doing with them already. I think they figured it out.
I agree. I'm saying more like lesser known characters that are not part of that weren't part of like the Avengers and
they have plans for stuff like Miss Marvel and She-Hulk and Moon Knight and stuff, these more lesser known ones that have interesting characters and stuff.
I think that that's obviously a good platform to, everybody knew who Wanda Maximoff was and Vision was, and that was a good platform. So it'd be interesting to see for sure if it would work with characters that are, that
we're being introduced to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Because take for example Agatha, right? Mm-hmm. I had no idea who that was. Let's be honest.
I'm not going to be honest. I called that from the beginning.
Well,
I had no clue either.
For the lesser comic book, I didn't read Marvel growing up or anything like that, so I had no idea that was like one of her, main villains. Or main. It wasn't not villain, but you know what I mean.
We'll get into it, but yeah.
So, but it was not. It obviously sets up something for you to be able to
sets up a bigger universe.
Yeah, and learn new characters, which I loved. So
that's where it'll get interesting. These characters we haven't seen on TV already. Think of the first 4 TV shows. You got Wanda and Vision, you got Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you got Loki, and then you have Hawkeye. These are all people we know.
Right.
We're already super familiar with them. So it's going to be when we start getting into the characters that haven't been introduced at all yet. The Moon Knight, the Miss Marvel, the She-Hulk. Comic book fans are familiar with them, but not, normal people, not normal fans of the MCU.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get into rating it. I want to rate it first.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
You're just jumping on it. All right.
I was really hoping we'd talk about it first because I don't know if I'm ready to rate it yet.
No, I want to rate it first for sure because here's the thing. I don't want to scramble. I don't want to scramble for ratings at the end because I want to have plenty of time to talk about the finale.
Is it break time? Can we get able to break?
No. Dallas, you want to go first?
Crap. Okay. Sure. I really liked the series, and I liked, the acting and everything going on. It was good. So that's what my score is going to say, and I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Okay.
It was good for me. Mm-hmm. I didn't knock it out of the park. Didn't do anything crazy spectacular for me, but it was good, and I enjoyed every Friday watching it. And so, you look
forward to it.
Yeah, solid 7.5.
Yeah, and it's worth it.
Oh yeah, 100% worth it.
So Dallas 7.5 and a worth it. Okay. Cody?
I feel like we're ordering food at a restaurant. I'm just not. I'm like, just go around.
Come back to me. Hey, can we have a minute, please? Bring us our drinks, and then we'll be ready to.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll get. I was thinking about this all day, and I'm like, maybe if we talk about it, I'll get a better grasp. But I'll off the cuff right now. I'll give it a 6.8.
That hurts a little. That hurts a little.
Brandon always gets so sad by Cody's rating.
You think I'd be used to it after, like, what is it, our 8th show or something? No, still not used to it, man.
Let me kind of explain how my rating system works. All right, from 8 to 10, right? 8 is like an A minus, 9's like an A, and the 10's like an A plus kind of thing. So it kind of gives you, and then you get a B plus, right? And it goes from 6 to 8, you know. So it's a solid B movie.
Yeah.
Sure. Almost B minus. So, I mean, it's not bad according to me, right? But according to your ratings, it's terrible.
We're just different, you know. I'm tempted
I'm not that
to,
much lower than Dallas. I mean, I'm only
You're skewing our averages, though, is the thing. We're grading on a curve, and you've just all the kids that study hard and have worked hard, you just brought their grades down, man. That's what just happened.
That's why I wanted to talk about it first, because maybe I was like, hey.
Well, as always, as with Common Critic tradition, you are able to change your score up until the last second on the
so
podcast.
Maybe it might change, but right now it's 6.8. And
for now,
I'll say worth it.
Our scores are only cemented once the podcast is over. That's why I always ask at the end, just in case, maybe I've convinced you or something. Yeah, get the calculator ready.
So Dallas was 7.5.
Yeah,
you're 6.8, yes. And I'll don't put my scoring yet. This series was a 10 for me up until the finale.
Whoa, I'm totally backwards. I'm opposite of you.
Finale took it down quite a bit for me because I had a lot of stuff. One big thing that just I can't get past. So put me down for an 8.9.
I love it.
Put me down for an 8.9. Sid.
That's a bad score for Brandon.
That is. What's the official score?
7.7.
That's like the 5th time in a row we've gotten a 7.7 average, man.
I can bring it down. Maybe I'll bring it down by the end of the show.
Maybe I need to bring it up. We'll see. I don't see myself changing. Fun fact, we got our first ever dislike on one of our videos on the Tron video, and I'm convinced it's because of you two. I think the Tron cult came after us and gave us a dislike. The one
Tron guy's like, oh, that's terrible.
That was a terrible take.
Anyways, my 8.9, like I said, this was a 10 for most of the series because for me, I don't think we've seen anything else like this. This is totally original in the sense of what they're doing. It's not original because they're parodying. It's a satire or whatever.
Sitcoms, right?
Right, but the way it plays into the story is amazing. And why I think Marvel should focus more on TV shows is purely for the character development, right? The way we now understand Wanda is on par with how we understood Tony Stark, how we understood Steve Rogers, right? Mm-hmm. She is now on that level of we can totally understand her character almost 100%. And I would even argue...
And Vision.
We know her... And Vision... Which Vision, though? Because
to a lesser extent.
The ship of Theseus, right? No. Who is the true Vision? We'll get into that later.
Pause and Google.
I Googled it.
I just let him explain it right there. I was like, it'll work.
I'll just take his word for it.
Yeah, I got it. Vision's smart.
And that's really the only reason why I love the parodying. I think it's attention grabbing, but the purity of this show is the character development for me, and that's why I give it such a high rating. Which is crazy because we haven't even gotten into the first 2 episodes yet, and we're
already just going off. It's great.
We're just going off. Well, we got 2 minutes left in this segment. Let's just go over the first 2 episodes because not a lot happens. It's a good thing they released this together because if you had given me that first episode on its own, I'd be so pissed.
Really?
Yeah, I'd be like, wow, that was really unsatisfying. But having the 2 together was really great. There's enough mystery, but you're just kind of enjoying it, knowing eventually it's going to be explained.
I didn't start watching it till 5 episodes in. Yeah. So I actually was able to go from 1 to 5.
Yeah, through it.
Yeah. So I didn't know they released 1 and 2 at the same time. Were you like that, Dallas?
No, I watched it right away.
Okay.
I watched it that first Friday or whatever. Not even thinking about it, and then I just saw WandaVision. I was like, oh yeah, this is on now. I'm gonna watch it. And I remember after the first 2 episodes, I was confused but very intrigued. I don't know what is going on with this series, but I'm gonna roll with it, and I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy where it goes because it's Marvel.
Yeah, I was very confused too.
No, that is That's the theme of like this whole show. I'm confused, but I'm just gonna roll with it,
Just
man.
going with it.
Because they start off with zero explanation. Okay, everything's in black and white. It's a TV show. Suddenly, Vision's alive. What's going on? And every now and then in these first 2 episodes, I have in my notes written that it has this Twilight Zone feel. Yeah. When the guy's choking, when the beekeeper comes out of the sewer, when there's the radio thing and the blood is the only red that's showing up on Dottie. You know, these are like Twilight Zone feels, right? So it's that thing where it's like, man, there's a lot of mystery there, and I have no idea what's going on, but I'm gonna just roll with it because I trust Marvel, I trust what they're doing, and I'm having a good time at least, right? So this is The Common Critic on the Fed by Ravens Media Network. We're talking WandaVision. Stick around, we're gonna keep going through some of the episodes, and yeah, we're having a good time. Welcome back, everyone. This is The Common Critic on the Fed by Ravens Media Network. Hopefully you're joining us on YouTube, where you can see Dallas dancing to our intro music, as he does every time that it starts playing. Some smooth jazz for you. Anyways, we're going over WandaVision, the MCU's first TV show, now streaming on Disney+. We gone over our thoughts as a whole, and then episodes 1 and 2. We wanted to give away our phone number. If any of you guys are out there, want to give us a call. We've talked to a few of you. Some people say they're too nervous to call in. Don't be nervous. Give us a call. The number is 801-331-8113. Again, 801-331-8113. Give us a call. Let's talk about episode 3, because I think this is where it starts to pick up a little bit. So the first episode is the Bewitched, I Love Lucy parody. Yeah. Then the I Dream of Jeannie. Zone. Hints of Twilight Zone, right?
I love how they mixed all those together.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because when I was watching it, I was like, oh yeah. Like it was like triggering a bunch of memories for me. It was pretty cool.
There's a lot of mixing, right? Yeah. You could say this isn't one TV show, right? This isn't. They're directly doing this. The only one I would argue is maybe that Malcolm in the Middle. That's definitely Malcolm in the Middle.
I was waiting for Bryan Cranston to
come for sure, man.
They even did like the whole start, like the intro music. Like they just did that whole thing with it. I loved that one because I grew up on Malcolm in the Middle. So
same here. Episode 3 is the Brady Bunch, the first one in color, which is nice because after 2 episodes, I'm like, oh, black and white is cool, but I could see why no one watches black and white anymore because I'm tired of it. This is where the plot starts to pick up, and what I love is this is fairly comic book accurate. You guys know that?
No.
With the kids. In the comic books, the kids are just willed. Like Wanda just wills them to life.
Really? I didn't know that. So.
Well, yeah, this plays off the comic book, and she has like this reality morphing sort of ability. Later in the series, we see why, but this is for the comic book fans.
I never read the comics, so I had no clue. I was very confused. I was very confused. I was like, how does she just have babies all of a sudden?
She just willed them. Just straight up.
All right.
Well, apparently, they chose her to be her mom. So, so I don't know how that happened or worked, but that line threw me off.
I'm sure we'll get more explanation. Later in the MCU.
I just didn't know if you had insider comic book. Genius.
I do know genius. Jeez. I do know that Wanda is set to make an appearance in the new Doctor Strange movie, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Very excited for that.
Oh, super excited.
So hyped.
Random question: what did you guys think of the first Doctor Strange?
Loved it. I liked it.
Loved it, dude. Loved it. One of the better ones, right?
Yes.
After watching the series, I think this is a match made in heaven, man. Doctor Strange and Wanda. I think this is...
Are we going to get into fan theories? Because I have a lot of fan theories.
You want to whip out a fan theory right now?
Well, I just hope Scarlet Witch I hope she becomes the villain and or a bad person in Doctor Strange Multiverse.
That's crazy you bring this up, because in my notes I have... if Agnes wasn't ever a thing, they definitely could have played it to where she was the villain of the show. She was just her own worst enemy, right?
I still kind of think she is.
I would argue that she is a villain.
Yes.
Now, absolutely.
Because those poor people.
Oh, a whole town. She just basically mind controlled for... I mean, we don't have an exact time frame.
Mind controlled.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much...
I wanted to say something else. But yes, mind controlled for sure.
Mind controlled, yeah. I mean...
when that lady comes up to her and is like... let my girl out of her bedroom kind
Cody
of
at
thing.
the end, yeah.
Yeah, I was just like,
Yeah, like she can be a character to play with your boys. Like,
Yeah.
just please let her out of her. Like, she doesn't even care that her daughter would still be mind controlled too. She's just like, let me see my daughter.
yeah. So, but to Brandon's point, I mean, at the beginning when he was talking about how it developed the character of Scarlet Witch, so I almost feel bad for Wanda.
Absolutely.
Yes.
No, almost. I feel bad for
Yeah.
Wanda.
Yeah, no.
But at the same time, she is controlling these people, these innocent people. So it's like this.
Here's the
This
thing.
yin and yang kind of thing.
Go for it,
She,
Dallas.
well, she didn't mean to at first, essentially. You know what? She's just so
Yeah.
hurt that it happens, but then she has vision.
Yeah.
And so she
can't
and I don't
get
think
rid of
she
it.
really understand as we see it first. She doesn't really understand. I think that she does have complete control over it, but then once she knows,
So she kind of blocked herself from reality.
because I mean, when you do the Twilight Zone type episode, she's like, "Well, that was weird. Like, why did
Like the beekeeper. Or
yeah,
whatever.
the beekeeper, or like when they're at dinner and that happens, and she's just kind of like, "Oh, that was kind of weird."
Well, even in the third episode where Geraldine brings up Ultron, it's like your brother and stuff, and you can see Wanda is like starting to click, like she's lost in her own reality. She's forgetting what's going on. Now, here's something interesting: is in one episode, and we'll save this for later because it's my favorite episode, the second to last. It shows that the town of Westview is kind of a sad, depressing town. And I think they play that to almost show that, like, Wanda is doing these people a favor. She's almost making their lives better.
Well, in her mind, later we see she thinks that she has helped these people improve their lives, even though she's 100% controlling them.
So was that a plot that her and Vision bought together to live and move into that?
Vision bought it for her
like
as
a surprise.
present. Yeah.
Okay.
So sad.
Why would
dude.
he buy there?
Yeah,
I mean, that
so that's
just
the kind
seemed
of thing
kind
I
of
New
bad.
Jersey, I don't know.
Who wants to live in Jersey?
Cody, you brought up something interesting, that she's a villain. Here's the thing. They say, the villain is the hero of their own story, right?
Yeah.
Is this what we're seeing? Are
Yeah.
we seeing a villain and we're made to feel sympathetic for the villain because it's their story? People argued that with Thanos, right?
Yeah.
Infinity War looks like a Thanos movie, and a lot of people could argue that Thanos was right.
During the movie, I was kind of like, he kind of has a point.
Yeah, I mean, he makes some good
He
points.
has some points,
I think
dude.
that's
mass
the best.
genocide aside.
Yeah.
But those are always the best villains in movies. And those
Absolutely.
make for the best superhero movies, is when you have a villain that you are kind of like, I can kind of see where he's going with this.
Yeah. Except for Joker.
Well, Joker's an agent of chaos, and that's his character point, right? Yeah.
I'm just bringing up the best villain ever, but that's all.
I know, but even in your own head, you could kind of be like, well, he's just kind of sick of everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's doing it to the bad guys and the good guys.
Joaquin Joker's more... I'm more on his side than Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yes. That's right. I was talking about Heath Ledger.
Dark Knight, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all for Heath Ledger's.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Exactly, the agent of chaos, right? But here's the thing. We're watching this villainy play out. And remember, I don't know if you guys know this, Scarlet Witch started off as a villain in the comic books.
Yeah.
She's the daughter of Magneto.
I did know that.
You did know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But throughout the series, later it shows that Agatha Harkness, was sort of behind the torment all along. Like I said, Agnes is great. Agatha is great. I love Catherine Hahn. I thought she did a fantastic job. Really great.
She's
right?
amazing in everything.
She is, right? But you don't need her, right? She's just kind of moving the plot point, and she was there for like a cool action scene at the end, right?
Yeah.
The true villain of this series is by far Wanda.
Yes. It has to be. Mm-hmm. Or Sword. Don't even get me started on Sword.
I'm psyched to see Sword, dude. When I saw Sword, I was like, oh, yeah, dude. I'm a comic book fan. I'm like, Sword, woohoo. And then I knew Skrulls would show up, but that's totally a different thing and whatnot. Real quick, before we go on break, Geraldine, we find out, and in the next segment, we'll have to talk about this fourth episode. We'll talk about the behind the scenes a little bit.
Okay.
The daughter of Captain Marvel's friend, right?
Monica
Rambeau. I'm digging her, right? I think she's a great addition to the series. What do you guys think?
Not bad. I guess we can get into it later. Does she have her powers outside of? Because she kind of has powers in the.
I think so. In the comic book, she goes by a few names. Photon is kind of her thing. Energy manipulation sort of stuff, which is why you see she's able to absorb stuff, move bullets aside. Yeah. Which is funny because she catches bullets and so does Wanda's son. Quicksilver could have used that in Age of Ultron, right? Yeah. He could have used some bullet catching magic in that one. Yeah. Anyways, you're listening to The Common Critic on the Fed by Ravens Media Network. Stick with us. We're having a good time. Oh, man, I'm going to make Dallas pass out over here for that. Anyways, stick with us. Again, give us a call, 801-331-8113. Welcome back, everyone. This is The Common Critic on the Fed by Ravens Media Network. We're talking the MCU's first ever TV show, WandaVision. We've gone through kind of the first half a little bit. I want to talk about this episode 4, the behind the scenes, when we finally start getting some answers, right? We meet up with Jimmy Woo, a fan favorite from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Fantastic.
Love him, dude. You want to know the best part of his whole involvement in this?
What's that?
Is when he whips out his card using the magic trick that Ant-Man taught him in Ant-Man and the Wasp. You guys catch that?
I did, yes.
I didn't even.
You didn't catch it?
I didn't even.
You've seen Ant-Man and the Wasp, right?
No, I haven't. Of
course. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
His whole magic
thing. When he's on
thing.
house arrest.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you rewatch the series, when he's introducing himself to Monica, he whips out his business card in the way that Scott Lang whips out the deck of cards or whatever. Hilarious.
Good throwback.
But we also get Kat Dennings' character, Darcy, from the Thor movies. Do you not like her?
No.
She was pretty good comic relief in the Thor movies. I don't know. I was happy to see her back.
I could have done without her. I could have done without all the sword. For every time that went back to the sword for me, I was just kind of like, if it less it was Jimmy.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
Technically,
Jimmy.
he's FBI, so.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. Kate Denning for me, I don't know. I just don't like her as an actor, so it's probably I'm pretty biased against it. Like, I don't like her in pretty much anything. I didn't like her in Thor. I don't know. I just don't like her as an actress. So,
what do you think, Dallas?
I mean, she was fine. That's about it. I mean, when I saw her, I was like, "Oh, Darcy.
Darcy's back."
That was about it.
She was getting swallowed up, and I was like, "Oh, please die." Oh, please.
No, here's the thing: the characters, we'll say, outside of the Hex, they're there to kind of move the plot forward to help you know what's going on.
Okay,
right, well, and I think that's the only service they provide.
That was a lull for me. Let's put it that way. It was kind of like I was excited about the TV show and everything like that, and I was just kind of like,
yeah. I mean, it does help explain.
I know. They need a way to explain
what the heck is going on.
I understand why it's there. I'm just saying, for me, watching it, it was a lull for me.
You know what wasn't a lull for me, but is now? I went through a huge range of emotions. It was a roller coaster. Evan Peters showing up at the end of the one episode 6 or whatever. What is going on with that? I don't know if I have answers, man.
I don't know either. You mean Ralph?
If you bring up his last name, okay, I'll jump to it. His last name is what brought the show down a full point for me.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That's what brought it down.
I didn't understand it. I thought they were going to mispronounce it and he's going to be like, no, it's Bonner.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. I would have been fine with that.
And they just embraced it, dude.
He totally embraced it.
You bring on Evan Peters, make us think he's the X-Men Quicksilver, and then give us that.
And give us a Ralph.
I was so upset. It is a level of mad. I talk about this all the time. In Captain Marvel, when the cat scratches Nick Fury's eye, and that's why he has the eye patch, that has ruined so much of the MCU for me. And this ruined a lot of the show. Because they in the Malcolm in the Middle episode, it's like he has powers and stuff, and he's kind of acting like the X-Men Quicksilver. I thought for sure we had him. I'm like, this is it. The X-Men are in the MCU. We did it. Or the day the prophets foretold of has finally arrived. Right?
Yeah.
And now it's not. So what? Is Evan Peters wasted?
I hope not.
In the MCU? Yeah. Done.
Is there ever going to be a way to bring him back?
How can you now?
You can't.
You can't.
You just make me sad.
Well, I mean, we
Score was going up, but now
we found out that
I know.
Agnes or whatever was just controlling him the whole time. So it's
is it Agatha or
Agnes? Well,
we'll say Agatha.
Agatha.
Right? Cat's out of the bag. She's the witch.
Agatha.
The whole time, that was pretty cool.
The song I kind of dig. You know that hit like number one on Spotify or something when it came out? Was it iTunes?
Yes.
So random, dude. Like I listened to it. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Didn't expect it to top the charts.
Either did the actress. What's her name? I can't remember.
Catherine Hahn.
Yeah. I read a little interview. She was so surprised. She's like, yeah, I never knew I'd have a number one hit on iTunes.
I know.
It seems pretty
and it's only like 30 seconds too.
Yeah.
Like, what are you supposed to do with it?
But yeah, I don't think we're going to have...
No.
I think he's gone. I think he's Ralph.
He's
Bonner for life.
We're going to say Bonner.
We're going to say. You know what? I saw a meme the other day. You guys know Charlie Cox? He played Daredevil on the Netflix. Someone made a joke where he's going to show up in the new Spider-Man movie, and he's going to like show up and be like, Peter Parker, don't say a word. I'm your lawyer. Fanny Smellmore. There's something dumb like that, and it's not going to be Daredevil, but they're going to have Charlie Cox and everyone's going to think, oh my gosh, it's Daredevil, and then it's just going to be some dumb name.
Don't do that. Don't do that to us. It's the same thing with Quicksilver. Don't do that.
I can't believe that got approved. Like I said, that brought the series down a full point, because now you've wasted Evan Peters.
You were at a 9.9 until that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Notice not a 10, a 9.9, because there's a few other things.
There's a few other things that only knocked it down 1 point.
0.1, actually. A tenth of a point.
Sorry, 0.1.
Let's get into Agatha a little bit. My favorite episode is this second to last one, where we start, like I said earlier, character development is the name of the game for the Marvel TV shows. What did you guys think about this episode, going through and seeing more of Wanda's past and whatnot?
I thought it was great.
Oh yeah, the past and the flashback, but like entering different rooms and everything, and like showing her go through the Hydra door and everything. I don't know. I loved that part. That was super cool.
I'm seeing her childhood, which explained why all the sitcoms, why she created what she did create.
What else did it explain? It explained the commercials in the TV shows. Think about it. The Stark toaster in the beginning, the red button flashing is like the missile that landed in their living room. The Hydra timepiece or whatever is the time she spent in the experience.
Yeah.
The commercials are explained throughout her history. It's something that ties back more to who Wanda is.
Yeah.
Right?
I didn't put that together. That's pretty cool.
I completely forgot about the commercials. Now that we're talking,
the commercials are pretty cool, right? Like, they're like Easter eggs. They're really obvious Easter eggs.
Obviously not for us.
I don't know. We were talking on the break that we think Elizabeth Olsen, for her acting performance, deserves some sort of nomination, some sort of Emmy or something.
I think she did great. But they never do that with superhero movies or TV shows.
Nope.
I don't know why. I don't understand it, but...
Maybe now, because here's the thing. How many different characters did she technically play?
I mean, her accent.
Her accent has gotten better.
They tried to explain away the accent, but at the end, she still tried to do it, but it was still kind of...
Way better than what she was at in Age of Ultron, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
Go through Age of Ultron, Civil War, Infinity War, her accent gets taken a step back. It's more American sounding throughout.
Wait a minute. Hold on. So her accent's going away. So the only reason she didn't have an accent, right, was because...
she was doing American TV shows?
Yeah. Or she was in her little realm or whatever, right? Right?
Yeah. I would assume so. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we have good news, boys. Our producer, Brian, looks like we got a phone call. Is that right, Brian? Kim from Syracuse. How exciting. Is she on right now? Kim from Syracuse, Utah. Tell us a little bit about what you thought of WandaVision.
I enjoyed WandaVision very much. The first part, like you guys were saying, the first couple of episodes were very confusing for me. Me and my husband were watching it, and the first two episodes I was like still confused. Like, so the third and fourth, I'm like, okay, well, if this is going to keep going this way, like I wasn't sure. But then it got really good, and I was excited to watch it every episode. So,
what was your favorite episode, if you don't mind me asking? Was there a parody episode that you especially connected to?
No, I didn't have a favorite, but I enjoyed the ones toward the end probably the most. Just
the
like
ones
more
that explained a little more.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially the one you guys are talking about right now, the second to last, where Agatha, you guys are calling her.
Yeah, we'll call her Agatha.
through the past. That helped me so much because I haven't followed any of the comic books or anything like that. So that really helped me know who Wanda was. So
is she one of your favorite characters throughout the Marvel movies?
Yes.
Or
yes, for sure. We actually tried to get our daughter to dress up for Halloween as her one year, but yeah. She's one of our favorites, yes.
Well, that's awesome because she's one of my favorites. Well, Kim, thanks so much for calling in. We're running up on the edge of the break, but hey, thanks so much for calling. We're finally getting callers.
Yeah.
We've made it.
Yeah, thank you, Kim.
Yeah, thank you so much, and glad to have a local caller, right?
Yeah.
Love our Utah audience. Thanks so much for the input. Again, when we get back from break, I say we talk a lot, maybe a little bit more about this second to last episode, and then mostly on the finale, because I personally have a lot of thoughts on the finale. I don't know about you guys. This is let's
get into it.
Let's get into it, man.
Yeah.
Let's just jump right in head first. This is The Common Critic on the Fed by Ravens Media Network. Welcome back, everyone. This is The Common Critic on the Fed by Ravens Media Network. We're finishing up WandaVision, going over the last two episodes, mostly the finale. I still want to talk a little bit on this second to last episode, the reruns episode. Two things. One, this is really when they drill home that you should have sympathy for Wanda when she goes to S.W.O.R.D., right, and she sees Vision's body and can't feel him anymore, because she calls it quits there. She's accepted it for the most part, right?
For the most part, yes.
But yeah, and then two, when she gets to that plot of land and just breaks down, the whole episode building up to that breaking point, what she's gone through, family dying in the Hydra experiments, being with Vision in
her brother dying,
yeah,
then Vision.
I love Vision. Who are the writers for this? Because they hate Wanda. No, are they the deepest, most philosophical people in existence? When Vision's all like, "What is grief but love persevering," or whatever. Who are these writers, man? How are they coming up with this stuff?
Dude, they got me in my feels a couple times.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, even Vision is one of the best written characters in all of Marvel, because even in Age of Ultron, when he's all like, something isn't beautiful because it lasts, right? Yeah. He's so just deep and
he's only been alive for a day.
I know. And you could argue whether he's alive or not. How is he deeper than in thought
than 99% of human beings?
Yeah, dude. But it's a credit to the writing for sure.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Vision, what's going to happen? So White Vision's out there somewhere.
White Vision is comic book accurate. White Vision was created as a reincarnation of Vision from Hank Pym in the West Coast Avengers series.
Okay.
So we're following the source material.
Good. Well, they should, because it's...
So when Wanda's Vision gave him back the memories, so is he back to Vision then?
That's the thing, because you'd think White Vision would immediately go to Wanda.
Yeah.
Right?
Where'd he go?
That's the thing. He just dipped out.
He gone.
He gone.
He gone. So that's why I was wondering, did Vision just show him what used to happen, and so then he just bounced back to S.W.O.R.D. and doesn't retain those memories? Or
I think it was a good cliffhanger. I don't want to.
But where is he going to show up later? It
Strange.
Can't be Doctor Strange, man.
Maybe. Or next season.
There's not going to be another season. This is a one-off.
That's it?
You guys didn't know that?
No.
I'm so sad right now.
That is it. There will not be another season of WandaVision. It's done.
Yeah, down to a 5. Just kidding.
You know what's funny? And I'll tell you, I said it's an 8.9.
Yeah.
Right? The other thing that brought it down is outside the series. One, Elizabeth Olsen said there would be a Luke Skywalker Mandalorian level cameo in the end.
Yeah.
There wasn't.
No.
And then Paul Bettany said a few weeks prior to the finale, he said there's an actor I get to work with that I've always wanted to work with my entire life. Well, I'm thinking Patrick Stewart, Sir Ian McKellen.
Something.
No, he was just referencing himself.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So that's why it gets brought down a little.
Yeah.
I don't like letting outside sources ruin it for me, but it's hard to not have my emotions swayed when you're hyping it like that.
Yo, that actually might lower my score a little. If
I
that
shouldn't
was our
have
big
brought this
finale.
up.
Wow, let's bring it up.
That's
I'm
our
gonna
big
bring it up.
finale, though?
That finale was great.
Okay, let's talk the
like
finale. What do you like about it?
Oh, I love how she turns into the Scarlet Witch.
Love it. I agree. Love
Costume
it.
is
with that.
Costume is
fantastic.
off the heezy.
When they were fighting.
Forgive me for saying that.
She was going to lose, right? I think she's going to lose.
Yeah, that was tight.
Right.
The whole witch fight.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And then she was in her own
Rune.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The runes.
Well,
yeah.
and
it started glowing. I was like, oh.
So the ones that she missed was doing
I
her
think
runes, right?
she started
Yeah.
the runes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
that's
I'm
how
just
I-
making sure. Yeah.
That's how I took it.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden they started glowing. I was like, oh. I was like, amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
So I liked the last. I liked the last.
I'm not
episode.
discrediting it for the action. The Vision on Vision fight when they're like phasing
Yeah.
through each other is awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, and then when they're like dissipating or whatever, because she's letting the people free. Or I don't know. That was cool to me. Like Vision is all of a sudden he just is starting to lose like terribly because
Yeah.
he's just going away.
Yeah.
And then she has to make the choice again, like I'm mind controlling
Again.
these people.
Yeah.
She has to make a choice again. That poor girl. She had to make a choice. Infinity War.
It's either her family or
yeah.
these innocent
She's like,
people.
Yeah. So, but still, I enjoyed it a lot.
No, I enjoyed it too. Look, the action is amazing. Right? Just the phasing, the witch fight, the power, the runes, the setting, the costume,
The kids.
the kids.
I like the little
I
kids.
would
Eh,
You
speed.
didn't like them?
they're my least favorite part.
I like
this whole series.
I like them because it's speed and magic in
Yeah.
the comics, right?
Yeah,
So
they're
I'm like, oh hey, it's
Yeah.
for kids. They have
And
their
that
powers.
crazy sword guy goes and tries to shoot kids.
Yeah,
That's
that
messed
was-
up, man.
That was messed up.
That's
It's like,
a-
he's not going to. Oh, he is going to.
He unloaded the full clip too.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
That's some Anakin Skywalker killing younglings and the Jedi Temple level savagery.
Okay, can I ask this real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't. What's the one chick's name?
Monica Rambeau.
Yeah. So did she get those powers walking through the thing, or did she have them before?
I want to say it's something similar to Wanda's situation where she's always had them, but something had to
That
more
had-
activate it.
That just unlocked it, pretty much. Okay, because you don't see anything, and then all of a sudden she's walking through, and her eyes go blue, and you're like, oh.
When she's
Kinda.
walking through, maybe, and maybe people are yelling at us saying we're wrong. I'm wrong, but no. But when she's walking through the hex, you hear lines from Captain Marvel, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It kind of shows her past self, right? Past self, and then it kind of phases into her new abilities, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's why I was just wondering. I was just wondering if you knew if, like, some comic book insight, bro.
No, I don't know much about in the comic. She's Photon.
Okay.
Well, she has like 5 different names she goes by. I really don't know much about that. In this finale, she's just really a point. She's just a kind of a plot to.
Just kinda-
Okay.
For me, it was kind of forgettable.
Yeah. No, yeah.
But
Well, yeah, and she's really just there. If you guys didn't see it, the 2 end credit scenes in this episode, did you see that, Cody?
yeah, I was kind of.
She's probably going to join Nick Fury
Yeah.
with the Skrulls, right?
Yeah.
And just set up maybe she'll be partners with Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel 2.
Yeah.
That's cool, right? Like,
I was kind of hoping for something else with like White Vision or something for me. So it was kind of a letdown for me with that extra scene. I wanted to bring up something before we get out.
Go
out of
for
here.
it.
I'll go all the way back to like episode 4 or 5 when they're like in the Full House. I was
yeah.
really wanting like John Stamos to like come in or something because let's face it, she is the best Olsen,
Oh, yeah.
right?
yeah.
But now.
I like him walking in and be like, Michelle? You know? I just wanted it to happen.
You just wanted something.
I wanted it so bad because it kind of reminded me of the Full House, the 90s, right?
Yeah.
That 90s.
I think it was a Full House.
Yeah, Step
sort
by
of.
Step, Full House, the ones I grew up on, right? So I enjoyed that episode more. But yeah, I was waiting for Danny Tanner Bob Saget come in and just be like, "Where's Michelle? Where's DJ?" You know,
that would have been hilarious. Yeah, who would have thought of the Olsen twins that it would in fact be Elizabeth to be the one
of the best sister, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
by far
on screen. The other two have a nice little fashion line.
Wow.
Do they?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I have no idea what they're up
Very
to, man.
successful still. Yeah, they're doing okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good for them.
They're too good for TV now.
Well, jokes on them, because look what they missed out on. Have to have Elizabeth pick up the slack for them. We got a few minutes left. Let's go. If you guys want to change your scores, like I said, this is where it gets concreted, and get the calculator out if we want to. Dallas, really quick, are you cementing in your scores, or are you sticking with the 7.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Staying with the 7.5. It is worth it. It is still a good watch.
6.8.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're just staying the same.
We're all staying the same.
With the watch, yes, we're staying the same. Did we convince you to bring it up at all?
No.
Bring it down?
Bring it
No,
down.
not. I'm pretty opinionated to the point to where I can't super be swayed. So we're still at a 7.7, and I'm assuming the next time we see Wanda is with the
Doctor Strange,
the Darkhold. She has that dark magic book.
Man, I really hope.
I hope she's the villain of Doctor Strange,
It would
dude.
be so good. Strange against
That's why I wanted
Scarlet
season
Witch.
2.
Strongest Avenger,
Absolutely.
in my opinion.
Thor?
Scarlet Witch.
I would say Scarlet Witch, dude.
Yeah.
Especially now with her like reality morphing.
Yeah.
I would say by far. So
No, I was
we'll see what the Sorcerer Supreme can do, though.
Oh,
right?
okay. Yes, I'm excited.
Next week we are talking Chaos Walking. This is a new movie. Go see it in theaters before we talk about it. It is with Tom Holland, Spider-Man, the best Spider-Man. Don't argue with me on that. And then Daisy Ridley, who plays Rey from Star Wars, right?
The best Ray. No, I'm saying that.
Or one could say the worst Rey, right?
Only Ray.
The only Rey, which automatically makes her the worst.
Or the best.
Nope, that's not how that works. Anyways, Mads Mikkelsen as well. Great cast. Interesting. It's not getting great reviews, but I know some people who have seen it. They say it's a good time. We're going over Chaos Walking. Follow us on social media. Like and subscribe on YouTube. And we are very excited to have a caller. Thank you again. And yeah, this has been The Common Critic on the Fed by Ravens Media Network.